Good morning, Flosstube. This is Devin. This is my Flosstube channel all about cross stitching and some knitting and my Etsy store updates. This is Hoops and Needles, where I talk about it all and show you all. Thank you for joining me today. I really enjoy talking to you about my stitching and my crafts and my life updates, and I hope you enjoy it too. Today is March 6th, 2020, and it's about 11 o'clock in the morning here in Northeast Florida. So grab your cup of whatever you drink, coffee, tea, whatever time it is, wine, and I'm hoping to bring some sunshine your way, as we are having sunshine here in Northeast Florida. Thank goodness, because it is the sunshine state, y'all. So take a drink and sit back and enjoy yourself. First up, life updates. My daughter and her two children, Max 11, Callie 5, went to Disney World a week ago for 5 days, and they live with us, so hubby and I got a break. It was a nice break, an awesome break. We went out to eat. We watched movies. Friday night we watched both of the Fantastic Beasts movies. I highly recommend them. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you have to watch them. So we watched both of those, and then Saturday night we watched the first two Harry Potter movies. So we had a very nice and quiet weekend, just the two of us. And then they came back Tuesday, and my house is destroyed again. But oh well, what are you gonna do? So work has been good, and we're hoping it's starting to act like spring a little. I know it's in a couple weeks, but we usually get it before everyone else. So hopefully in the next weekend or two, we will start planting flowers. So we will, and once our flowers are going good and everything, I will do a garden video for you all, because last year I should have did one and I didn't think about it, because our zinnias and our hummingbirds were just going wild. So that is our plans. Our life plans for the next couple weeks. So let's get on with what you're here for. You're here for stitching. So up first, I'm going to mention some Flosstubers, brand new Flosstubers that I watched last 2 weeks, and they are all awesome. The first up is Diary of a Stitcher, Shelly. She is out of Canada. She does big projects. She stitches samplers and on linen, 40 count. And all of them are gorgeous. Her first video, she did a whip parade of all her whips, and they are just awesome. So go check out Shelly at Diary of a Stitcher. Next up is Running with Needles, Sylvia. She is out of Germany, and I'm jealous because we lived in Germany for 3.5 years, and it was gorgeous, and we loved it there, and we wouldn't hesitate to go back. So go check out Sylvia with Running with a Needle. She has gorgeous and beautiful stitching too. And then last but not least is Autumn Lane Stitchery with Aaron and Cassandra. They're a husband-wife team. Aaron does the designing. He's a graphic designer. Cassandra does the stitching. And before they started their design company, she only stitched memorabilia. So she likes big projects too, and her stitching is gorgeous, and they are able to go to Nashville this weekend for the first time. So go check out Autumn Lane Stitchery too. All three of those I will post down in the description box so you can find them, but they are worthy of checking out. Okay, up next is Previous Finishes. Two of them, a really good friend of mine, in Arizona, when I lived there, we had a stitchy group, and we rotated houses, and she was in our stitchy group. So, Vera, I love you, I miss you, and Judy Ann, hope you're well. But she stitched 2 things. I think one was for my birthday, and one was when I moved away. And she knows I love violets. Anything to do with violets, I love. And she stitched this on 28 count over 1 for me, and had it professionally framed. Isn't that gorgeous? And that hangs on my wall by the front door. And then the other one is, this is a year for me for strawberries. I love anything with strawberries on it. I don't know what it is, but I'm addicted to strawberries. And this is the middle part, the strawberry basket is stitched over 1, 2. And aren't stitchy gifts the best? I tell you, I love giving stuff to people. And I don't know what patterns those are. Sorry. I might be able to find out, but I don't know. And then my third and last is this pillow. I think it's called Rose Garden by Little House Needleworks. It's an oldie but goodie, and I made it into a pillow. And that sits on the table by my front door too. I call that my pink table. I'm a pink person. So those are my previous finishes. Up next would be my whip. No, I have 2 finishes. And this week, which is good. I just finished this one last night. Thursday night is my stitching group, my small stitching group at Starbucks. So I finished it there. And this is the Valentine Sampler by With Thy Needle and Thread. And it's stitched on 36 count. I think it's raw linen. And I used some of the called for colors, and if I didn't have them, I just substituted them. And that space below the scissors on the bottom here, I'm gonna put 3 buttons. It has a little bouquet and 2 swans, and I'm just gonna put 3 little buttons. So, and I'm gonna make it into a pin keep. So that is number 1 finish. Number 2 finish. Here, let me show you. This is the pattern. See how it has the 2 swans in the floral? I'm gonna just put 3 buttons there. Try to find antique buttons. But I love this pattern. It doesn't scream Valentine to me. It screams maybe spring, but not Valentine's. So that's that one. The next one is Patriotic House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. I love their patterns, and I did the middle one. And this is stitched on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. Using some of the called for colors, and if I didn't have them, I substituted them. And I plan on doing the other 2 plus. They have Valentine, they have summer, they have winter, all kinds of season houses. So I plan on doing a lot more of those. So those are my previous finishes and my finishes, and I need a drink. I'm drinking Lady Grey tea. If I didn't say that already, I might have. Okay, next up is whips. Let's get into the whips. Let's see, first up is Reindeer Games by Kathy Barrick. I'm stitching this on 36 count Winter Moon Edinburgh, and I am using DMC. That's good. And this is the one I hope to have done in the next 2 weeks before my next floss tube. I did some of the border and some more snowflakes. So that is Reindeer Games by Kathy Barrick. Let me show you the pattern. Looks a lot bigger on the pattern than it is. But she's another one of my favorite designers. Her and her daughter, Liz. So that is that one. Next up is Blackbird Design. And it is, this one, I forgot to tell you, this one is being housed in a bag I gave my friend down south, Vicky, to make me. And she made me, sent her a bunch of fabric, and she made me bags with them. So that's that one. This is, it's Spring Fever, Blackbird Design. And this is stitched on 40 count hand dyed fabric by me. And the called for colors, and just a heads up, these aren't the same colors that look like on the cover. These are a lot darker. So if you want the colors that look on the like the picture on the cover, you'll have to go brighter. Because see how dark my colors are? And then look how light the colors on the cover are. And these are the exact colors that it calls for, so just a heads up. Another one where the picture doesn't match the product. And this is a bag I gave my friend Pam. She has an Etsy store. I'll list her Etsy store below. I gave her some fabric. And I have a couple bags out of this fabric too. See, this was the Patriot House bag that I had it in. Just a fun print. So that was It's Spring Fever by Blackbird Design. Whip number 2. Whip number 3 is housed in a bag I made me. I was trying out a new pattern thing with the borders on them. And this is Blackbird Design Christmas Garden, which I'm going to change to read English Garden. That's a pattern. And this is my progress so far. And this is hand dyed by me too. That's my new obsession, is hand dyeing fabric, so you can see the white in there. You can see it better in person. I'll tell you, I went through like 3 different floss colors for the white to figure this. I started off with Uchra, the off-white, and then I thought it wasn't bright enough, you could hardly see it. So then I stitched with something else, and that was no big change, it wasn't any different. Then I stitched with something else, and I didn't like that, so I just kept with the off-white I started with, so. But it's there, you can see it. And this idea came from, I will call her my friend because she's a sweet person. Stone Street Stitch Works. She does designing, and I messaged her and asked her if I could copy her idea for English Garden, and that is hers. And it's just gorgeous. And she's on Instagram as Stone Street Stitch Works. She has patterns out there too. I went and ordered a bunch of them off her Etsy store. They're PDF downloads, so it makes it easy. So that is that whip. Blackbird Design Christmas Garden, which is going to turn into English Garden. And the next one is in another bag I made me. I believe this is French General fabric. And this is the LW Moffat sampler. And this is stitched on a 36 count fabric. I don't know which one. I might have it written down in my app, cross stitch app. But that is what I have done so far. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm really enjoying this. And And that is by Reproduction by Samplers Not Reproduction by Samplers Not Forgotten. So hopefully that'll be close to done next time. It's not a big sampler, so it shouldn't take me that long. And last but not least, my girl, Miss Elizabeth Weston by Hands Across the Sea. And this is her book. And she is gorgeous. And it's good. Take me a while, a long time to finish her. So that is Elizabeth Weston. And this is where I am with her. So, and this is stitched on 36 count, hand dyed by me. And this is one of those that I got the fabric, got the floss, and figured out what I wanted to dye it with. But actually, here, let me do I finished the basket and then those 2 blue leaves. So that's what I did on her, and hope to get some more done on her this next 2 weeks. So those are my whips, and I will continue to work on those. But since I finished 2 items, I get to start something else. Yay. So my new project will be as soon as I get the fabric and the rest of the floss, I will be starting. And this is in a brand new bag I made for me. I love this fabric. Look at that. That is so me. All those pinks. And then to top it off, inside, I have the Blackbird sampler fabric. So the one that I'm going to be starting as soon as I get my fabric and I dye it is Miss Lucy Colcutt, 1825, her first one. And here's a pattern. And she's a big one, but she's so pretty. All those pinks. Look at all those pinks. And that red house. How can you not love that? She's gorgeous. And she is by just stitching along. And these are the floss I have so far that I had in my stash. I have to buy the rest of them. But those are the colors so far I have. Some pinks, some mauves, browns, grays, whites. So, and yeah, I'm excited to start her. So those are my whips, my new start, as soon as I get the fabric in. I forgot to show you when my daughter went to Disney. They went to all the parks except the water park. And so they went to Epcot. And when she went to Epcot, I said, you have to stop off at the England town one. Because my mom was from England, so I'm half British. And I love anything British. And so she did. And she got me, wait for it. Look at this British duck. Is that not the cutest thing? So she got me that. And then she got me these pins, which I'm going to try and make needle minders out of them maybe. And then each park she went to Starbucks to see if they had the park ornaments, Starbucks ornaments, because I collect the Starbucks ornaments. And they did, and so she got me all of them. This is Hollywood Studios. And this is Magic Kingdom. And this is Animal Kingdom. And the last one is my favorite, Epcot. We're hoping to go down there within the next month to the Garden and Flower Show. So those are my goodies my daughter got me from her Disney trip. She takes the kids down there for a big trip every year. So my plans are to keep stitching on my whips, hopefully finish Reindeer Games, start Lucy as soon as my fabric comes in. And that's basically it. Next up is I have no knitting. I'm still working on the sock. I'm almost done with it. So hopefully that one sock will make a pair complete and I can show the pair next week. So, I will show those next week, but right now I will be having a shop update in my Etsy store Sunday, and it'll be mostly bags. I will have my little drawstring bags. These are awesome for putting your floss in, putting your little accessories, needle minders in. I use them when I go on a trip for jewelry. I use them for gift bags. They're about 6 inches by 6 inches, so they're a good size. Putting your stitching tools in or whatever, and I'll have more of these in my shop, but these two I have done so far. This is one. That's a back. And then that's sweet little print inside. And then they just drawstring and it stays tight. So that's one of them. And like I said, I will be making more of these and have more of these in my shop. And this is the second one, sweet little strawberries. And then this just has a pinkish lining in it. So these are I think they're $7 in my shop. So I will have the link below of my shop. And then these are project bags. They are approximately 14 by 14. They're a little bigger than the vinyl bags that you see, or my vinyl bags that I've purchased, had my friends make me. But they're approximately 14 by 14, so they're a good size 11. They'll fit a 11 by 11 Q-snap, no problem. They're fully lined. They have a stabilizer ironed on, so they're not flimsy, but they're not stiff either. They're a good bag. So here's the first one. And I still have to put the zipper pulls on them. What I have for zipper pulls are little strawberry charms, because my shop is Strawberry Lane. So I thought that would be cute for a zipper pull, and that's the inside. So that, and I'm hoping to have a couple more of these done by Sunday too. And then here's this one. This is pink flower with herbs and words all over it. And this one I think just has a, pink lining. So if you're a pink person, you definitely would like this one. And then this one, very springy. And that's the inside. What a fun one, huh? And then this one is a fun, pretty one. And the inside is that Paris matte fabric. So I will hopefully have a couple more bags finished by Sunday to add to that stack. I'll definitely have more of the small bags finished by Sunday. I might have some new needle minders added to the store. I carry needle minders, I carry floss rings, I call them bling for your rings because you can put them on your floss ring, you can put them on your key ring, your purse. I have a friend that has one on her purse. She said she wants it with her all the time, so she put it on her purse. I have needle minders, hundreds of needle minders. If there's something you see in a needle minder that you would like in a floss ring or bling for your ring, message me and I can make that for you. Or if you see something in the bling for your ring that you want in the needle minder, message me and say, hey, can I get this also in a needle minder? Having them and I'll be more than glad to do that for you. I love special orders. If you have a special order, just message me and I'll be more than glad to accommodate you. I've been doing Etsy for over 10 years now and I love it. It's a great way of making stuff and making some money back on it. I'm not out to make it a full-time job. I love to create. I love to make things. And so I was having an overflow of all these bags and stuff, and I thought I need to do something with all the stuff. So I started selling like 10 years ago. I think it's been over 10 years. So again, my Etsy store is called Strawberry Lane. Come check it out. And we are one away from 300. So next Flosstube, I definitely will have a giveaway. So stay tuned and tell all your friends come see me so we can get that 300 mark, which I'm sure we will. I appreciate you all for following me. If you don't subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and the like. And if you want to leave a comment, I love reading them. If you have a question, go ahead and ask. I love questions. So that is about it for today's Flosstube. And I hope you enjoyed what you saw and stuff. And until next time, keep those needles stitching and keep the sunshine in your face. Have a good day.